Before we start today's show, today we want to give a big shout out to Buzz TV. Man, Buzz TV has some really good devices, man. Like this last year, they've come up with some good stuff, and this new year, I'm excited to see what they got.
Yo, it's going to be straight fire. Some devices and features, because I don't want to say one or the other. With Buzz TV, it's hand in hand. They've dropped some fire devices and some amazing features that are always taking things to the next level.
So don't forget to check out the description below.
You know, no matter where you guys are listening, watching, whatever from, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, that like, drop us a comment, and the reviews actually help us a great deal. If you're looking to do anything for us in this year coming and beyond, the reviews help other viewers like yourself find this podcast and enjoy it as well. So thank you guys. And with all that being said, let's start the show.
And we're live. And we're freaking live. So this is a little early for when we normally record. It's about 6:28 a.m. to be on the dot on the good old West Coast side of the United States of the Americas.
The Americas. See how you guys just claim the whole continent?
Pretty much. Actually, both North and South.
South Central.
West Side.
Yeah, I'm punishing Rojas today because I'm going to have a busy day. So we're like, we got to record early. It's okay for me because it's only 9:28 a.m. But for him, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Hey, I'm going to start referring myself to we, the lower 48.
The lower 48. What's that about?
Think about it. What are you known as?
We the North.
So think about it.
Yo, are you see? Well, you probably don't watch hockey, but yo, the Leafs are killing it right now.
Screw the Leafs. All about the Kings.
Whatever, yo. They just went. They did a shutout last playoff game, like straight shutout without their captain because he got knocked the fuck out.
I am the captain. I'll let you think about the lower 48 to see if you can figure it out.
I know it, but I'm not. I don't care. I thought there's more than 48.
Oh man. Think about it. The lower 48.
Because you're not including. Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're not including Alaska or Hawaii, and we're below you guys.
You guys?
And we're the 48 states of the Americas. So, breaking freaking news. I know people like when I say that. Breaking news. Breaking news. HBO Max goes down.
Explosions.
They shut down. There's your explosions. So, HBO Max, they restore service after video playback outages. Now, I was looking at this thing. There's this map. So Next Level and I, we typically share articles and we read them. And actually, back in the day, back in our heyday, we always used to make fun of Next Level's beard. And
it's coming back, yo. Look at it.
And I guess the Canadian geese are coming back because it's getting warm up there in the north.
It was hot. I'm sweating.
But typically when he posts an article, I like X-nay half of them saying nay. But he's actually been getting pretty consistent lately. Now just like, okay, maybe just this one. But this one was pretty interesting. There's a big outage, and I'm not going to name like a bunch of services. We're just going to talk about HBO Max for a second. But there's a big outage yesterday, which was kind of interesting because it did hit a lot of people. It was almost like a wave. Like it started at a certain hour and it was just like different apps were affected as it was going. But HBO Max, from what I'm looking at on this chart, they have like I like this website called downdetector.com, and you could check the status of a lot of these services. So downdetector.com/status/HBO -sign or dash, whatever you want to call it, Max. They had a nasty outage, and its worst was at 2:37 p.m. on May 25th, where they had a grip ton of reports. And I like the site because it tells you like what are the problems, and it says either login or the app or just streaming in general. And this one showed 86% of people issues with video streaming, 10% with login, 3% with the app. So, yeah, parts of it was down. Now, do you remember how much HBO Max cost?
I don't know. I assumed it was somewhere around $10.
Is it $10? Or I think it's $15.
I will pull that up right now.
I want to say HBO Max is the second most expensive.
$15 monthly subscription.
There you go. So the error message was saying that you can't. It says can't play title, that it just won't be able to play. You'd be able to log in, maybe, and if you did get in, it just wouldn't work. So if you're paying $15 a month, do you think you're entitled for a refund?
No.
Or a partial refund?
What are you going to get, a penny? Okay. Like, people can fight for refunds, but I would rather them like do something else than give me a refund. Because I worked for a telecommunications place for a while, and you know, if service went down for like a few hours or maybe at the most a day, if it happened, which was very rare, people would call in and ask for a refund, and I would be sitting there with a calculator like, okay, you paid $30, I divide that by 30, your service was down for a few hours, you get less than $1 back. Happy? And that would usually piss them off, right?
I think when I had Time Warner back in the day, I'm paying. Well, back in the day, I think your eyes opened when we had a live show last year, and we started talking to a bunch of Americans from America, and a lot of people were saying they were paying about $300, $400, $500 a month because they had all the sports stuff and HBO stuff and Skinamax and Lord knows what else they had.
Skinamax? I'm not gonna ask.
You're like, that's a new one. But I think that's when you were just like and I remember you were like kind of surprised. You're like, whoa, really? It's that expensive? And we actually had people from the UK also that were just like, damn, really? The States is that expensive? It's that expensive. That's why I call it the United States.
Not touching that one.
Not touching that one. But it's true. It's like packages here are just stupid expensive. So when we went down, anytime Time Warner ever went down, okay, put it this way. My internet, because I pretty much stream everything now. I don't use I don't have a cable box actually. I'm starting to think like, wait, do I even have a cable box? I don't. It's $60 a month, I think it is. Just for internet. Just internet. Just let that sink in.
Dude, I pay more than that. I pay almost 100.
But what is your speeds though?
I got a gigabit.
Okay, if I want a gig, I'd be paying about $400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So my $60. Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. Okay. So my $60, I think I'm paying for
400. No.
Yeah, dude. Put it this way. So I've been bouncing around between 300 and 100 download speeds just to see. I think right now I'm at 300 because of a promotion. Normally the $60 would be like $100, but I think I'm about 300. I need to double check. I need to double check. But every time they have a promotion, I jump on it. Every time my promotion thing ends, I downgrade to 100. Just to get them out here. And listen to this.
Yeah.
This is only if I want to say, hey, I want a gig of download speeds.
Yeah.
To turn that service on, the service fee for them just for them to flip the switch, I guess, is $150. It's a one-time fee, $150.
Yeah, they do the same thing, don't they?
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm like, wait, hold on. Are you coming here and are you going to switch all the cables in my house or something? If I'm paying $150, like, what are you doing? What's the $150 for? For you to push a button that says, okay, you got 1 gig. Like, seriously? That's how stupid it is. That's how stupid it is.
The crazy thing is that a lot of times we don't need a gig of speed. I only upgraded to the gig of speed because it had the package with the highest upload speed. And as content creators, we're constantly uploading. So if they offered a 300 megabyte package with 300 megabytes upload, we'd be more than happy. You know what I mean? We wouldn't need a gig. Who really needs a gig? You really need a gig? You don't need a gig. If you got a gig, you don't need it. I guarantee you don't use a gig. Get out of here.
Well, I get 20 megabytes of upload speed.
Right.
The way they work here is just stupid. It's like, hey, we'll give you 100 download and then we'll give you 10.
Yeah, that's how it works here too.
And it's just like, why can't you just give me 100 up and down? Like,
yeah. In order for me to get 50, I had to sign up with a business package, even though I'm in a house. So I have a gig down and 50 up. Like, that's really unproportionate.
It's like, okay, who made you do math? So if I go down for an hour, and I'm paying $60 a month, I tell them, can you guys add more time to my promotional? Can you give me another day?
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's about bartering.
That's what I do. I'm like, hey, can you guys give me a day? Sometimes, or actually not sometimes. I'll tell you this, all the time they say yes. All the time. Because if they tell me no, and I've done this a few times, I'm just like, you know what? Just cancel my shit. I don't want your crap no more. I'm done. I'm done dealing with your BS crap. No.
I'm beyond your BS.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's even funnier with HBO Max. If it goes down, you're paying $15 a month, and they're like, hey, do I get some kind of credit? Really? You know what? Even if they went down for a day, even if they went down for a full day, do you still think you're entitled to money back?
Your 50 cents? You want your 50 cents?
They're like, hey, I can rub my 2 quarters together.
They'll send you a coupon in the mail for a free ice cream from McDonald's.
It's $1 over here, so not even that.
Well, they're giving you more then.
They're like, hey, you want some ice cream from McDonald's? Just go through the drive-thru and take a smell.
You're only getting a cone. Yeah.
So the other thing we talked about last week, I think it was last week. We talked about MGM, Amazon buying MGM. Well, more breaking news. Amazon buys, this is confirmed now. Amazon actually bought
They did the
MGM. And dude, they bought MGM for $8.4 billion.
Billion.
Ghosts. Don't get me going again. They reached a deal. Now, this is what's crazy. MGM has about 4,000 films and 17,000 hours of TV. And what's even more crazier, like as I'm reading this thing, MGM. Okay, so I'll just read this thing, and I'm just like, wait, hold on a second. I'm like, this almost cross paths, if I'm reading this correctly, with Hulu.
Ooh. Ooh.
And we know who owns Hulu. Oh boy. MGM. Okay, so it says MGM's perhaps most notable for being the Hollywood studio behind James Bond and the Rocky franchise. But the library runs a lot of other stuff like 12 Angry Men, 2 modern TV shows, The Handmaid's Tale.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Hulu and Vikings. MGM's library also has unscripted TV shows like The Voice, Shark Tank. I like Shark Tank.
Popular too.
Which are also on Hulu. Now remember, Disney owns Hulu. And as we know, Netflix and Hulu are very similar. They're just outsourcing stuff from all these other companies to say, hey, we're going to pay you a premium so that way our subscribers could watch your content. Now, Amazon is slowly becoming like a Hulu or Netflix.
Yo, honestly, I have a little bit more respect for Amazon in 2021 than any other year, because prior to this year, I'm like, who the hell gives a shit what the hell Amazon Prime does? Who was watching Amazon Prime? I mean, there wasn't, when The Boys came out, they made a statement. They've had a couple good bangers, and now they're grabbing shit like Handmaid's Tale and Rocky and James Bond. Like, they're getting some good quality bangers.
Well, what's crazy now, think about this. Think about this. If they get Handmaid's Tale now, the tale of the handmaids, that booty, and they have these other shows, Vikings, The Voice, whatever, Shark Tank, and they have all these shows that also Hulu has. Think about this.
Yoink.
A lot. Well, not even. Maybe you don't even have to. Maybe you don't have to take it away from Hulu. But you know what they could take away? Does somebody really need Hulu at this point? Like, think about it. How many people have Amazon Prime?
Everybody.
And anybody out there that's listening, if you do not have Amazon Prime, we want to know who you are. Just put it in the comment section below, or if you're or leave us a review. Just put I don't have Amazon Prime. Because everybody has Amazon Prime. Now here's the thing. If you have Amazon Prime and you're like, dude, I have to have a Hulu because of my Handmaid's Tale, do you need Hulu at that point? If you're like, dude, I like The Voice, I like Shark Tank, do I need Hulu at that point if I have Amazon Prime? Now, the question is, this one's going to hurt. I like Disney. I like my package that I have with Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
Oh.
Now, do I just get rid of it all and just say I just need Disney Plus? I don't like ESPN Plus. I think it's just garbage.
Well, you're saying you're having quality issues, or did you get that fixed?
I got it fixed. What happens is you have to wait like 10 to 15 seconds for it to. It's kind of like YouTube when you put something on and the quality is not the highest right away. It takes like a second to like rev up, you know? Ghost. So stuff like that. It's more like, do I need this? Like ESPN is just not good. I'm just like, ooh, there's a game on. I'm like, let me go to ESPN Plus. You need to log into your service provider. And I'm just like, I have ESPN Plus. Why isn't this stuff unlocked? Why do I have to log in to my provider? It's stupid. So here I go to YouTube. I'm like, well, let me just watch it on YouTube then. Dude, it's dumb. It's anyway. I'll start ranting on ESPN Plus, but if it like the question becomes, what is on Hulu that is not on Amazon Prime? And here is the other question now. Is Handmaid's Tale an original Hulu show? I thought it was.
I thought it was too. I'm not sure. To be honest, I've never watched Handmaid's Tale.
The Tale of the Handmaids?
I've never watched the Tale of the Handmaid.
It's actually a really good show.
I've heard so.
It's actually a really, really good show. Okay. You're going to look it up real quick?
Real quick. Handmaid's Tale is a Hulu original.
Whoa. Check this out. Check this out now. I'm about to flip the script on you. If Hulu is outsourcing to MGM, you know, Mickey Mouse is talking to MGM saying, hey, we need you to do an original for us. Can they now, if they have a relationship with Handmaid's Tale, tell Amazon, hey, we know you have your originals. Why not just put it in Hulu?
Well, they can probably make an offer for playable rights,
like The Boys,
right? But they can't. They probably. I don't think that Amazon would license out the playable rights to their biggest banger like The Boys. They would probably give them something else like a B grade, but it wouldn't make sense for a service like that, especially Amazon, because they need to drive more traffic to their service.
What if Mickey says, here's a grip ton of money?
Okay, if I was Amazon and Mickey came to me and said, here's a boatload or a grip ton or whatever you want to classify the amount of money, I would say, okay, but it's only for this period of time to give people a taste. If people want more, they got to come to my service after that.
What if they buy Amazon?
You can't. They won't let that happen.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's nuts. For one, I think this is a really good thing that Amazon now owns MGM. I'm pretty sure now Amazon is going to outsource to other people. They're probably going to allow Hulu to continue to outsource stuff like this, which makes sense. If it's a original, what I foresee is if this is an original show for Hulu, what I foresee is, okay, cool. Original show on Hulu. Once the season ends, we're going to put the entire thing on Amazon Prime.
Okay. I could maybe see something like that. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I mean,
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if you want to watch The Boys live and in action, then you come to Prime. But if you want to see it after the fact, maybe they buy the rights and it's included in a package. Sure, cool. I'm down with that. I was looking through all the Hulu originals, and to be honest, the only one that really stands out to me is Handmaid's Tale. They got a couple other ones that I didn't even know existed. They got like a cartoon of MODOK, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was out.
Oh yeah, Marvel's MODOK. That came out recently, I think.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, I didn't even know. I might have to check that out. Yeah, I don't really see anything else though. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not
be cool.
a bad idea at all. Yeah. Speaking of things that's not a bad idea, every time, I'm pretty sure we're the same way. Every time we review something and we do an unboxing and we get a cable, every time I get something that's not a USB-C, I am utterly disappointed. Same with yourself. I'm like, yo,
Yep.
this is 2021. Why are you giving me this cheap ass cable? Like, why can't I have one cable to rule them all? Why can't I use the same cable from my phone to charge my mouse, to charge my keyboard, to connect this to that? Like, why are we still using micro USBs? So it's good to see a lot more companies are switching to USB-C now, but USB-C is announcing that they're upping their freaking game. They are taking the cable that is capable of handling 100 watts to 240 watts. So that opens the floodgates to the possibility of phones charging even faster than they charge right now. Not just phones, but like, some laptops charge by USB-C, some other devices charged by USB tablets and stuff like that as well. So this is going to be really cool. Now, don't expect all the phones and devices to immediately start being able to charge at 240 watts, because then everything's going to catch on fire and we're going to see a bunch of Note 7s exploding all over the place again. But this is going to be opening the gateway to the future of faster charging.
Wouldn't this, so the USB-Cs, they have a little tiny brick that goes on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't this overheat it if we're now, this is more than double.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could oversee that thing getting pretty warm.
Well,
or they're going to make a new one where it might be a little bit bigger that you put on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a bunch of different bricks that can handle different wattage, right? Like if you use the cable that you get with your phone, but the brick that you got with your last phone, it's not going to charge at the same speed. So yes, this cable can handle 240 watt, but they have to now reinvent the bricks to be able to safely produce 240 watts through the cable. So yes.
Well, what's crazy is we've known that the USB-C is capable of doing a lot.
Yes.
And it's been one of those things where it's just like you said, when we get a cable that's not USB-C and we get the previous one, I always forget what the previous one is even called. I just call it a USB cable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, I'm like, why are we? I'm like, this is the old cable. I'm like, why are we still? And I'll be honest, man. I get tons of product reviews, and I think a lot of people know that I get tons of product reviews. And the first thing I always if you watch my videos, every time it's a USB-C, I get excited. I'm like, yes, USB-C.
Me too.
And if they don't provide, I always say, maybe not always, but usually, I'm just like, damn, I wished it was a USB-C, but that's okay. As long as it charges, it is what it is. Can't complain at that point. But I'm actually very excited about this because USB-C does have more power and it could transmit more power and faster. So
it's to me, it's not just about transmitting more power. It's also about convenience. However, think about how I'm going to try to say this now, like the comparison. Laptops usually need a minimum of like 130 to like 150, 160 watts to charge. So you could technically, at this point, use the same cable in the future going forward that charges your phone to charge your laptop. You won't need that big stupid brick and those long ass cables. You can literally just unplug your phone and plug in your laptop and you can charge it. Like, that's where I want this world to go. One cable to rule them all.
Now, with these new cables, wouldn't it be wouldn't we get faster charging speeds?
Yes, you should get faster charging speeds, but I think the bricks will need to catch up to produce over 100 watts. Because up to this point, we haven't seen more than 100 watts because the cables can't handle more than 100 watts.
Well, so they're going to have to produce it. They're going to have to make new ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's probably going to take more than a year to figure that out.
Maybe.
Unless they're already working on it.
I'm sure they already are. If they're already talking about it, I wouldn't be surprised if they already have them, they're just testing it out with different pieces of product. And they're probably testing out speeds. How fast is this thing now? Imagine putting your cell phone down and you're down to like 5%, and it says, oh, it's going to take about an hour and a half to get a full charge. Now it's like, okay, 5%. And instead of an hour and a half, now you're like, okay, just give me like about 10, 20 minutes, you know?
Well, yeah, it would be because some phones can charge like 50, 60% in what, 5, 10, 15 minutes or something like that, something crazy. And if these are carrying 2.4 times the wattage, like what, you're going to charge 100% in half an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? I don't know.
It just makes me nervous because if you're pushing that much power, that's a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So we got to see new batteries. Of course, the new bricks or the new cables, it's going to be all new. But when it comes to receiving this amount of power, it's going to be a different type. It has to be a different type of battery. It just has to, or this thing's going to be exploding, and then we're going to get all these recalls and stuff. Explosions. Hold on a second. AMC and GameStop, and I actually saved this article for you. AMC and GameStop skyrocket as Reddit traders rally around meme. Yeah. Tell us what happened with your GameStop, because I know you said you had stocks on this.
Yeah, well, I have a tiny little trading group where we share information and stuff like that. And one of the posts that I put out is, if you got left holding the bag on GameStop or AMC or EXPR or what, some of those meme stocks that have been going crazy, keep a close eye out. Now, what does holding the bag means? It means that you bought it too late, and after you bought it, it went down. So prime example, the last time AMC ran up, I bought it at $15 and then it shot back down to under 10. So I didn't sell it because I had some confidence that it would have another ride. And so it did. So as of right now, GameStop has gone, over the last week and a half, it's gone back up over, and now it's at $17. So did I lose money on GameStop for buying it at 15? No. Right. But that's not always the case. The whole point is never get stuck holding the bag. Know your position, get in, get out. Don't get stuck holding the bag. But AMC and GameStop went up about 50 to 35% this week alone, especially in the past 24, 48 hours.
Wow. That's a good amount. I was going to say, with holding the bag, so I bought this stock called Greenland Technologies, and this is from GTech, or it's the code is GTEC. And when I bought it, I saw this thing skyrocketing, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was trying to buy, and I ended up buying 3 shares at $22. So I spent $66. Next thing I know, this thing drops, and then I was just like, shoot. And I was reading everything, and people were saying like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. Mm-hmm. So I bought 30 shares at $13.47. So I spent a little bit over $400 total of about $470 or $80. And this was back in February where they had this big shot, and same exact crap. It was, and here's the interesting thing. So I think I've lost almost $200, like about 170. And I'm just like, I'm like, dang it. I'm like, it sucks when you lose some of the money, because you're just like, man, like I should have got rid of it when, like, I shouldn't have bought more. I kind of felt like, oh yeah, I bought too high when it was at $22. I'm like, and people were raging about it, saying it's going to hit 30. It's going to hit 30. And I'm like, okay, as soon as it hits 28, for my 22 bucks that I bought it. I'm gonna sell it and I'm good. And then it dipped, like it went to 23, and then it just dipped down to 13. I'm just like, I was like, okay, and people kept saying like, don't sell, don't worry about it. It's gonna come back up. So right now it's sitting at $8, $8.03. And I'm like, damn it. I'm like, that's a when you're talking about cryptocurrencies, like when you're like, okay, $30 to $8, like that seems like a normal day,
right? But it's not crypto.
But it's not crypto. When it's stocks, it's like, do I got to wait like 10 years for this to come back up, or what's going to happen? So yeah, I was holding the bag when it happened. So now I'm waiting for this thing to go up as soon as it hits like $14 or $15. So that way I could at least, because I bought 30 shares of that,
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of that first. Everything what I'm reading, everybody keeps saying like that this thing is gonna sit around 20 something bucks, but there's gonna be a spike when it hits the 30s, and then it's gonna dip down to 20s. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. But
while we were talking, I was just checking out what AMC, because the market opened, so I was checking out what AMC is doing, and they're up another 16% today. So they're almost over $19 now.
Nice.
It's crazy. And I think their all-time high was roughly around 20. So it looks like they're gaining back traction to get towards that. Again, I'm not telling anybody to buy anything, because if you buy this stock at this high, it's a good chance that you could get left holding the bag, right? There's a lot of people that say, oh, this stock is going to $100. It's going to $100,000. Like some absurd numbers. Yeah, there's a good possibility that my lottery ticket I bought last night could make me a millionaire today, but what's the chances of that? So just be realistic with your investments. I tell people to play it safe. Know what percentage that you want when you get into these things. Get in, get out. Don't get stuck holding a bag, because at the end of the day, what's the fundamentals? The fundamentals are AMC is a company that is $900 billion in debt or something, some crazy amount, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's being driven by the meme stocks, but you are not the meme community. You are not every single person investing into it, right? Like, who's to say one post isn't going to come out and say, okay, we're moving from AMC to Coca-Cola? I don't know, right? And then what? You get stuck buying AMC for $100, and now it's worth $5.
You never know.
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah. Faux show.
On to the next one. Sony's AI is developing smarter opponents and teammates for PlayStation games. Now, I don't know. For me, if you put these games on like expert or like whatever, veteran, it's not an easy game.
Wait, say that again?
This says Sony's AI is developing smarter opponents and teammates for PlayStation games.
Developing smart, so they're making their bots smarter.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
You don't do that. Make me feel like even more shit when I play with these bots.
It's stupid. It's like I was playing God of War, and I like to play the game and enjoy the game.
The storyline.
Yeah.
Some good storylines.
Yeah, I just want to play the game, enjoy the story. That's it. It's like I don't want something that's going to be super hard and I keep dying over and over. I feel that when you got to play a game that you die so many times, it doesn't become fun anymore. It's not fun, And I want to play the game and just play the game. I just want to have fun with the game. I don't want to worry about no freaking. Yeah, I can go crazy with this one.
The bot has more IQ than you. No, he takes over the storyline as the main character.
Well, it's not even having more IQ. What they do is they give him more HP, or they give him more defense, or their offense is stupid. It's like, hey, if he
Or
touches
accuracy.
you, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, like one hit dead. It's like, what the dude, really?
So their goal is to make the game experience even richer and more enjoyable. So maybe instead of walking into walls and standing in your way, they're more reactive to its surroundings and to your interactions itself.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe we're hoping.
So
that's the notes.
I've so since I got the PS5, I've beaten now 7 or 8 games completed full.
Wow.
I know everybody's like, dude, like really? Like I thought you're not really gaming a lot. I'm like, I'm not. I'll just get on there, start playing some games. But see, here's the thing. Sometimes I'll take a long time to beat a game. Sometimes I beat it pretty quick.
Right.
But God of War, I put this mode on the easiest mode possible. And there's this thing called Valkyries.
Yeah.
I kept dying on the easiest mode possible, trying to beat these damn Valkyries. And I'm just like, how the hell am I struggling? I'm like I was getting frustrated, you know, and I finally beat the ones that I ran into.
Right.
And some extra ones that I went out of my way to. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna beat all the side quests and do all the side stuff. And I started doing it, and I got really, I don't know. Once I beat the game, I'm just like, I'm kind of done, like with this game. You know, I was like, I'm just like the map, the God of War game is great. The map is horrible. That map is trash.
Right.
Now, I just finished playing Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, yeah.
I beat them both in a month. So Miles Morales, it took me about a week and a half. The other one, I had the DLC, so I was playing all the extra stuff. That's why it took me a little longer.
Right.
But that map was great. To navigate through everything, and I put it on the easiest mode also.
Yeah.
I think I died a few times on that one, but it was just a fun game to play. Like it was a really fun game. The one thing I really do hate though, I hate when they do this games. As soon as you beat the game, and you know, I beat the Spider-Man one, it's 97% complete. And I'm like, why is it 97% complete? And they're like, now you have to beat this in ultimate mode. I'm like, ultimate mode? I got to play the whole freaking game on ultimate mode now? And then when I was playing, I said, screw that. I played the game. I'm done. I know what the story is. I'm good. I went over to Miles Morales and I started playing that game. And then they're like, oh, you can't unlock these extra gadgets or these extra moves unless you play a new game, period. It says new game plus. And I'm just like, and they're like, oh, you can carry everything over from your previous game into this new game. And I'm just like, dude, that's whack. Like,
now,
so
what if they said you had to replay the game on Ultimate, but you only had to fight the bosses? No, still no, eh?
I still think that's whack because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if unless they were like it's got to be different actually. Like now that I think about it, it has to be. I don't know. I think if they did something like that, you got to replay the bosses. I think it has to be like a new type of storyline. Hey, here's an ultimate whatever, and the only way to beat it is if you replay the bosses, but it's a new story though to do it. Like, oh, they just broke out of jail. Now you got to go chase them. But this mode, it's only on ultimate mode. Then I would be more intrigued to say, okay, let me try this. If it's stupid hard, I played what the story is. Now this is like the last 3% or whatever. Okay, I'm down with that one. But to do the whole thing all over again, like I was thinking like about when I did Miles Morales and I did one of the last Peter Parker gave Miles Morales like a little hologram thing to learn how to fight and stuff, and he was fighting the Falcon, and that fight on easy mode wasn't easy, and I'm thinking like, damn, this would suck to play this on freaking hard mode, I'm just like, I think, and don't get me wrong, people are probably saying like, oh, you just like to play all the easy stuff. I like the storyline. I like to hear the story and play the story,
Yeah, he watches daytime soaps and he plays the video games for the storylines.
Yeah, that's all.
There's a quote from the CEO of Sony, Yoshida. I didn't know his name was Yoshida. Is that where Yoshi comes from?
Probably. That's
so
racist.
I could be like, that's racist.
That's racist.
It says, by leveraging reinforcement learning, we are developing game AI agents that can be a player's in-game opponent or a collaboration partner. So, it could be just as good as your friend, I guess.
I don't know how smart they can do that though. It's like, just if you look at Fortnite and you hire one of those people to follow you, they're like way the hell behind, and then they start attacking things out of nowhere. You're just like, what the frick are you guys doing? And sometimes when I'm getting attacked, they'll start shooting all over the place, and I'm just like, okay, you're a bot. You should know that there's an idiot right there trying to kill me. Help me.
Right. Help me.
Like, I hired you. I paid you in gold. Damn it.
I paid you in gold. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Ooh. So in that article that you posted, Tom Holland, it's funny we're talking about Spider-Man. Tom Holland will be starring as Nathan Drake in the upcoming Uncharted movie. I guess this is part of Sony's expansion of whatever they're doing. I hope Sony doesn't butcher it.
That's a good picture of him, though.
It is.
It's a very good picture of him from the Instagram, the Tom Holland Instagram. If you want to check it out, that's where you can see some sneak peeks of him as Nathan Drake.
It's You know what? Sony needs to get away from like comic books. Dude, just give Marvel what Marvel.
Their shit back.
Yeah, give them their shit back. Just give them back. And then if you guys want to be focused on like video games and stuff like that, go do that. There's a whole freaking market on that stuff. Go do that. So I thought this was pretty hilarious. Xiaomi. So the United States of the Americas admits Xiaomi isn't a communist Chinese military company after all.
This has been going on for over a year now. It's been absolutely nuts. You know how many devices and tech we've missed out on because of this stupid political warfare? I'm legit angry. Sorry.
Dude, it's dumb. They have cell phones. We've gotten their Android devices though.
No.
I get them. Well, they ship them to me.
I don't think they're for sale in North America.
No? Now I got to check Amazon. No, you know what? I think I've seen it on Amazon. Xiaomi? Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh. Well, I thought they got blocked.
Here's all their cell phones. Well, the thing is, they're not... okay, so I think Amazon is allowed to sell them, but I think what's happening is... But it's all cell phones. I don't see the Mi box. The thing is that these Xiaomi cell phones are not... They don't work here in the States because there's no satellites or towers or whatever it is, But I'm kind of... I don't know. The U.S. is very, when it comes to to China, it's like a love-hate relationship.
They
Like
love to hate them.
everything that we get says made in China.
China.
Freaking Trump, the way he says it. And this is interesting. Xiaomi sued the government. So the U.S. issued. This is on January 14th, the final week of Trump administration. The U.S. issued the CCM designation on January 14th. So they were blacklisted. The U.S. was formally removed Xiaomi from its trading blacklist. Xiaomi apparently sued the government in February, and then in March won a preliminary injunction blocking the designation. So
maybe they were banned for a short period, and then when they won this injunction, they started coming back, kind of. Because I could have sworn they were banned for a short period or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing still is, even though if they get unbanned,
I'm thinking about Huawei. That's what I'm thinking about. They don't like Huawei.
Why don't they let Huawei in Hawaii?
Trump has a sanction against Huawei. They probably just got confused. They really hate Huawei. They thought Xiaomi was the same thing, and they were like, "You're banned too."
Well, I don't know if a Xiaomi cell phone even works out here.
It works here in Canada.
Like I know we have like the Android devices, the Mi boxes and all that crap that work. But they're Android devices. So I don't know if there's cell phones. I don't think there's towers. I don't think they could piggyback on towers.
You guys use the same frequencies as we do, so it's the same as an unlocked phone. It should hit the same frequencies.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't met anybody in the States. If anybody's out here in the United States and they have a Xiaomi phone, let us know. Does it work? Is it good? Let us know. Kind of curious about it.
I really think they should just freaking let like full access Xiaomi and Huawei in. Let the people get their hands on some of this awesome tech. Like there's good devices, man. And you know, they make not just cell phones, like everything you can think of. They are like a General Electric or General Tech, smart tech company. Everything from scooters to hoverboards and phones and tablets and just some really good quality priced items. So we need that shit.
Yeah. Oh, and here's something interesting. This literally just dropped. PlayStation's back in stock. Here is a on Amazon. View product.
Ooh.
Dude, I could add to cart right now.
I'll trade you my Xbox.
They're in stock right now. You know what? It's funny. So what I do is I usually copy the link. PS5, Amazon in stock. I usually get the link and then I'll drop it in the Telegram group and I'll tell people like, dude, here it is. And some people will be like, dude, I got it on there and it's not in stock anymore. It's like, did you check like an hour later? Yeah. Not when I sent it to you. I sent it and you should be on it right when I send it. Now, if you're not on it, that ain't my problem. You know?
Not my fault.
It ain't my fault. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
So yeah, I try to hook up people as much as I can. Do you want the link too?
Nah. It's in the United States. What is it gonna do for me?
Good old United States. Let's see, is it still in stock? It's still in stock. It's still in stock. You can get a bundle right now too. So yeah, you just have to be ready. You have to be ready when it's available. So I know with us Next Level, and it's funny that we were talking about Sony right now. It's funny because like Next Level and I will be on these chats and we'll be talking and stuff, and then like we have our windows open and this is when it pops up. So you have to have notifications up. You have to be ready to go. Not going to talk about pricing and all that crap, but there it is. I'll let you guys go ahead and mess with that right now. So, okay, take it away with the next one.
On to the next one. This one's juicy. This one's funny. This one's a great one to end the episode. I believe this is the last one of the episode, but Tesla is being found guilty of throttling battery life charging speeds in Norway. Like, to me, it's the first thing that came to my mind when I read this was, this is an Apple move. Like, why are you throttling charging speeds and batteries? And why can't it be what it is? Like, why can't you just let the people do what they're doing? Now, maybe they got a good reason. I didn't read the whole article. So it says that they're being forced to pay out as much as 160 million to Norwegian Tesla owners after a Norway court ruled in 2019 software update throttled the electric car's battery life to slow the charging speed. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm reading through the article to see if there's a response, but what do you think about that?
Why are they throttling?
It says dozens of Tesla drivers in Norway complained to the courts after they said that 2019 software updates slashed the car's battery life, decreased the range and length, the time the cars took to charge. And the court found Tesla guilty. And everyone's getting $16,000 each. According to the ruling, the update affected the Tesla Model S built between 2013 and 2015, which was roughly 10,000 that were sold in Norway. Why specifically Norway? That's interesting. Maybe no one else has noticed yet.
Maybe it was just Norway. Maybe it was a test.
Maybe. But they still have several weeks to file an appeal, and they haven't responded. So, I mean, if I was trying to do a Band-Aid cover-up, I would say things like the battery tech in 2013 and 2014 isn't sufficient to handle the charging speeds that we currently have over a long period of time and could cause damage to them and kill, the battery quicker. That's potentially the only way I could see that happening. But it's just weird that they haven't responded to it yet.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Wouldn't you feel so much better if a company came straight out? If you bought something in 2013 and you were still using it today, a big investment like a car, and they were like, "Hey, yo, thank you for still using our product. However, to help protect your investment, we have to decrease the charging speeds," right? Wouldn't you feel better if they just came out and told you?
Yeah. I would wonder why they would be decreasing it, though.
But if they came out and they told you why, and then it happened, then you'd be like, cool. But all these companies get so much heat and get, lawyers coming after them and civil suits because they're not communicating with the people that are supporting their companies, the people that are buying their products. Just communicate with them. That's all that people want. Mm-hmm. I think, at least.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Yo, that's 2013 vehicles. These vehicles are almost 10 years old and they're electric vehicles.
Maybe they're throttling them so that way they could buy the new one.
Well, that's an Apple thing too, right? Now you're playing devil's advocate. And I was trying to stand up for Tesla. I also agree with your point. That could be a reason because these vehicles are getting close to 7, 9, 8 years old now. So that makes sense as well. But that would completely kill your resale on your vehicle. Like, completely. I don't know. I just wish that these companies would communicate better with the public, with the people that own their products and use their products on a daily basis. Like, if you have an update, before the update happens on my cell phone, I always read, what is this update doing to my phone? You know what I mean? Like, what are you giving me that I didn't have before? Yeah. Are you going to give me superpowers? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree. And so, yeah. Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of weekly tech news. Yeah, just some crazy crap out there. Stay tuned. We're gonna be doing what do we have next after this? Actually, I think we got our what the hell stuff coming up, so make sure you guys do stay tuned. Or what the hell's there's gonna be a lot of changes coming up soon. We're gonna be kind of adding seasons. We're gonna be adding numbers and stuff like that, so you guys can know what season we're on, what episode this is. And also stay tuned to our live shows every Thursday on YouTube. We do a live show, and that show is then replayed on the audio side on the following Monday. Usually what happens is on the audio side, they get to hear the audio first before the video comes out. So that's the only time we kind of like flip it around, kind of. So yeah. Anything you got to say before we go?
Joe, as always, we appreciate everybody for supporting what we do going into the first year of Beyond the Streams. It's been an amazing ride. It's going to continue to get more juicier and better. And the more that you guys support us is the more we're able to do things. So make sure you check the description below for any kind of links that are relative to either the conversation or to something you might need. We always put some good links down below, so we appreciate you guys supporting us, as well as leaving those comments, those likes, those reviews that helps other people like yourself find this kind of content and enjoy it as well.
Oh, show. And yeah, with all that being said, stay tuned to the next episode because you don't know who's going to be here, and we got some cool stuff coming up in the month of June. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode.